History books taught us how civilization began, but across the world, in deserts, jungles, and ruins, ancient civilizations left behind things that can't be explained. Massive temples, impossible technologies, mysterious symbols, and there's no record of how they created these things. Even more disturbing, we're not even sure what these things are. Some say religious symbols. Others point to a much darker truth. Forgotten technologies, lost civilizations, perhaps something else. Scientists are still helpless. Explanations fall short. In this video, we'll explore 5 ancient discoveries science still can't explain. And perhaps our past is much darker than we thought. Chapter 1. Göbekli Tepe. Our first stop is southeastern Turkey. Göbekli Tepe. In 1963, a shepherd found strange stones in his field. Nobody cared. For 30 years. In 1994, German archaeologist Klaus Schmidt began excavating. What he found rewrote history. A 12,000-year-old temple complex, 7,000 years older than the Egyptian pyramids. Giant T-shaped pillars, 5 meters tall, weighing 20 tons. Foxes, snakes, scorpions carved on them, with incredible detail. But here's the crazy part. At this time, humans were nomadic hunter-gatherers. No writing, no wheel, no metal tools, not even houses. So how were hundreds of people organized? How were 20-ton stones transported? What knowledge, what technology was used? There's no record. And then comes the strangest part. After the temple was completed, it was deliberately buried, covered with tons of soil, as if it needed to be hidden. Some scientists say it was a religious center. Others say a star observatory. But there's another theory. Perhaps Göbekli Tepe is the last remnant of an older civilization. Our past is far more complex than we thought, and the answers are still buried underground. Chapter 2. Mohenjo-Daro Nuclear Theory. Now let's travel to Pakistan's Indus Valley, to the ancient city of Mohenjo-Daro. In the 1920s, archaeologists discovered this city, a 4,500-year-old advanced civilization. Organized streets, sewage systems, even multi-story buildings, like modern city planning. But as excavation progressed, something disturbing was noticed. Throughout the city, there were vitrified stones, melted at high temperatures. Thousands of skeletons were found frozen in the streets, as if they died suddenly. Radiation levels were 50 times higher than normal. Still are. Some scientists said it was a natural disaster, but no explanation fit. Vitrified stones can only form at 1,500 degrees Celsius. Forest fires can't reach that temperature. Then ancient Indian texts were examined, the Mahabharata and Ramayana epics. These texts describe weapons of the gods, weapons that shine like the sun, destroying everything. Descriptions resembling atomic explosions, mushroom clouds, radiation, mass death. Did Mohenjo-Daro end like this? Was there an ancient nuclear war? Mainstream science rejects this, but the evidence is there. Vitrified stones, radiation, sudden death. Perhaps 4,500 years ago, there was a technology we don't know about, and it was used horrifically. Chapter 3. Dendera light bulbs. Now let's go to Egypt, to the Temple of Hathor in Dendera. On the temple walls, there are strange reliefs, and they look very odd. Giant bulb-shaped objects, with coiling snake figures inside. Below these reliefs, human figures are holding these objects, as if carrying them. And behind the objects, there's a box-shaped thing, something like a cable connected to it. At first glance, it looks like a mythological scene. But is it that simple? Some researchers claim these are ancient electric light bulbs. The bulb shape, the filament-like snake inside, the box that looks like a power source. Modern engineers even built a working model based on this relief. And surprisingly, it actually produced light. Did ancient Egyptians know electricity? But mainstream archaeology rejects this. They say these are lotus flowers and creation myths. So then how were the dark corridors inside the pyramids illuminated? There are no soot marks on any walls or ceilings. If torches were used, soot would remain. Are the Dendera light bulbs just art? Or evidence of forgotten technology? We don't know the answer. But these reliefs keep asking us questions. Chapter 4. Nazca Line. Now let's go to southern Peru, to the Nazca Desert. This is one of the world's most mysterious places, because you can't see it from the ground. But when you look from the sky, you see massive lines. Geometric shapes stretching for kilometers. Monkeys, spiders, birds, whales. Figures drawn with perfect proportions. These lines are 2,000 years old, made by the Nazca people. But why? Some lines are 300 meters long. You can only see them from the air. There were no airplanes back then, no balloons. How did the Nazca people see their own work? Some scientists say it's an astronomy calendar, lines aligned to the stars. Others say maps pointing to water sources, a system for finding underground water. But the most radical theory is this: these are messages to the sky, signals to another being. Because why draw such huge shapes? For whom? The Nazca people couldn't see their own work, so who would? In 1968, Erich von Däniken claimed these were landing strips for aliens. Mainstream science finds this absurd, but it can't provide a satisfying explanation either. The Nazca lines are still there, looking to the sky for 2,000 years, and we still don't know why. Chapter 5. Richat Structure, Atlantis. Our final stop is in the middle of Mauritania. In the Sahara Desert, when viewed from space, it looks like the eye of the Earth. The Richat Structure. Giant concentric rings, 50 kilometers in diameter. Perfect circular shape. For many years, it was thought to be a meteor crater, but geologists investigated. No impact evidence. No volcanic activity. Natural erosion doesn't explain this shape either. So how did these perfect rings form? Nobody knows. Then a theory emerged. Remember Atlantis, the city Plato described? Plato wrote that Atlantis had concentric rings. Just like Richat, he said Atlantis was beyond the Pillars of Hercules. Richat is right there. He wrote about a great flood 11,600 years ago. Geological records confirm this. Ancient coastlines were found around Richat. Sea level was once much higher. Mysterious stone structures and archaeological traces were discovered in this region. Could it be a very ancient settlement? Mainstream science says Atlantis is a legend, but Richat matches too perfectly. Perhaps the lost city was never lost. Maybe it was in front of our eyes the whole time. The Richat structure is there, in the middle of the Sahara, and perhaps it holds humanity's greatest secret.